Katsuya or Shibata. Thank you. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. It's a great pleasure to have Shibata-san here.
Before we leave from the Wrestling Observer, a couple questions. I've noticed over the past couple matches, it's been a lot more hard-hitting in regards to forearms and head. Has the wrestling for you since you kind of been back to wrestling as a past 6 months, you feel more comfortable and in regards to the matches. And then the second question I had is, are you still affiliated with the LA Dojo? And since you are with Ring of Honor, are you a full-time Ring of Honor wrestler, or are you still affiliated with New Japan and the LA Dojo?
Okay, so we'll go first question. It's a very hard hit. Very good. Very good. This is amazing. For many reasons.
Thank you, Tony, for reminding me as a wrestler. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I appreciate it. He's the best. I really appreciate Shibata-san so much. Having him here and having him on top and having him as one of the top stars in Ring of Honor and as part of our locker room, it means the world. And I think you're seeing a great champion come alive. And the performances we've been getting, like you said, they've been getting harder and harder hitting. Like you said, I think that speaks to the revitalization of the great Shibata. And he's a great champion in wrestling. And so you've seen the performances get harder and harder. So no, I appreciate that. They also asked about the LA Dojo. You still do LA Dojo? No. He's not. He's more focused on being the champion.
I just wanted a confirmation of that was the
Yeah. No, it's been very hard hitting, great style he's doing, but that speaks to, again, he's really revitalized, I think, and rejuvenated as a great champion. Yeah, Bill.
Shibata's introduction to AEW was linked to Orange Cassidy, the match in Atlantic City. Were you thinking like this far ahead as far as maybe pairing him with somebody with this sort of comedic element? Because you saw some of that work with Daniel Garcia.
Very specific, it was him. He wanted to work with Orange Cassidy from day one. Before he came, he always was interested in it. And he thinks Orange is a great wrestler. And before we knew each other, this was like, last year. And like you said, Atlantic City, it wasn't really just trying to pair him with anybody of any genre or anybody. That was a specific wrestler he came and really wanted to be involved with. And to get some extra attention on the match, I brought Mike Tyson and tried to get a lot of attention, because then I thought not only could we help pop a number and get some fans watching, but also tell people about the great story of Shibata, introduce him. And I thought Mike did a great job with the commentary, and he was very well prepared and organized, and the match was excellent. And it was a great way to reintroduce Shibata on American television to, in some ways, a new audience of AEW fans, but also a new chapter of his career that we were, really optimistic about. And certainly, we've taken it step by step. But like he said, he's come back. He's like alive, and he feels like I think, like he said, he's back. So to Corey's question, I think the matches have gotten harder hitting and more impactful. But that speaks to he's gotten more comfortable, which was the goal. And I think it's gone as well as possible, and he keeps winning and winning and winning. So it's great. Yes, please, you can totally follow.
Extend my question. Seeing how successful that match and that pairing was, did you see some of the work that Daniel Garcia is doing now and think, okay, it worked then, it'll also apply here, or was it just case by case or opponent by opponent?
I think so. It's sure, I think that's part of it. I think Daniel Garcia is doing great in wrestling. I think there's some similarities, but I think they're different acts, but there's similarities in it. Both of them are great technical wrestlers in their own way, but this is very entertainment-based presentation, and they're really, in some ways, flip sides of the same coin. For some of the same reasons, I thought that Orange and Garcia would be a great rivalry for the international title. I thought Garcia would be a great foil to introduce into this program. I think Garcia was excellent in the match, but I also think the four-way match at Forbidden Door was tremendous, and they were involved in that. There was a tag team match where Garcia actually got the pin, which was obviously referenced in the press conference, but you saw how physical the match was. Shibata really made him pay for the disrespect. He gave him a long match, and Garcia's a former Ring of Honor career champion, so that's also a natural reason for the match. So I was excited about it for many reasons, and I thought it was a great, great match. I don't know if there's anything you want to say about Garcia. Yeah, please, no, please. Thank you, Big Dumbo. He's a man. This is very surreal to have Shibata standing beside me and representing Ring of Honor, and to have Shibata fighting and continuing to have the matches get better and better. It's awesome.
Garcia all about dancing.
Garcia all about dancing. Yeah, he said he don't like to dance in the press conference. He really doesn't like to dance, and it showed. And I thought it showed up in the match, and he's really found ways to make the career title more and more meaningful. I think it's really one of the special all-time great runs as the career champion.
Garcia is a good player. He felt the future of professional wrestling.
That's great. He's Garcia's special talent.
Sorry, he's a good sports entertainer.
He's so good. He's very good. Very good.
John, on the fight, I was going to ask Shibata about his thoughts on what Daniel is capable of becoming in the future, but Tony, it's undeniable that you're seeing this presentation is improving over time. In your opinion, what has working with Chris Jericho done for Daniel Garcia in making him a more well-rounded performer?
I think it's been a tremendous, tremendous benefit for Daniel Garcia to be mentored by a great wrestler and a great sports entertainer like Chris Jericho, and then putting Garcia in with top wrestlers, a rivalry with Bryan Danielson, and obviously teaming with Chris Jericho, and then taking on great wrestlers like Orange Cassidy for the International Championship, like Katsuyori Shibata for the Ring of Honor Career Championship, like top names, and you continue to see Garcia delivers, and he keeps getting better and better. So it's very, very exciting, and I thought it was an amazing match tonight at the Dishonor, Shibata versus Garcia.
I think he's future, especially he's good sports entertainer.
He's the best. He's the best.
Corey Lee again with the Wrestling Observer. When you first came to Ring of Honor, the two people that you obviously wanted to wrestle were Bryan Danielson and Orange Cassidy. Was one of them, obviously Bryan's injured right now. Are there any other opponents that you want to wrestle while you're here, and do you also want to not only compete with Ring of Honor, do you want to appear on AEW as well in regards to your rate?
So go back, Corey. Maybe break it down again.
No problem. So basically, is there a list of opponents that you're interested in wrestling at this point, besides where the next your title?
Yeah, besides top challengers is a great question because he's had some great matches, and I think there's a lot of great challengers still to come.
My goal now is to make a pure title record.
Yeah. I think the record reign is nearly 1 year, right? Like, is it? And so that's very interesting. And looking back at when he won the title, I think it was a great performance at Supercard. He's been amazing. So it's interesting to see that he's aiming to be the all-time longest reigning champion, the record title holder, which I believe would be nearly 1 year.
Final questions from Shibata?
It's awesome.
And I will study English harder.
very good. You're very good. Very good. His ego is much better than my Nihongo's.
Final questions?
Thanks, guys. You're the best. Thank you.